Guys, Jordan Grimmel here with CrossFit Breaux. Today we're going to learn skills progression, the kipping bar muscle up, and we're going to learn what you need to have in order to get one. For those of you that don't know what a kipping bar muscle up is, it's when you're at a bottom hang position from the bar and you bring yourself all the way to the top of it. So I'll demonstrate one real quick before we get started into the progression. That was the kipping bar muscle up, like I said, from the dead hang position all the way up to the top of the bar, locked out. My buddy Jake here, we're going to teach him the basics. For the first things first, what you have to have in order to get a kipping bar muscle up is a good chin over the bar kipping pull-up, which is just regular kip, getting his chin over the bar. What I want to look for Jake is make sure his chin stays straight and he's not reaching up to go over the bar. Jake, show us one, two, three. Good. He uses his hips, he uses his whole body to get his chin over the bar, pulling himself over. If you got those pretty good, the next thing you have to have, so that's the first progression, is a good chin over the bar, regular kipping pull-up. Next thing you have to have is a good chest to bar pull-up. Chest to bar, same thing, you pull yourself higher, getting your chest right in here about your breastbone, getting it to the bar. What's important about this is I don't want him to be reaching his chest to the bar, I want him to rip the bar down, getting his elbows behind him, driving himself to the bar. So he's going to show us three of them if he can get these three. Good. So he was really, you could probably tell the difference between that one and the second one, that he was really using his hips a lot more, driving his elbows, pulling himself back as he had to pull himself higher. For the kipping bar muscle up, if you have those really good, you may or may not be able to get one depending on your technique or not. But with the next one that's really important, the most important one is trying to practice getting your hips up higher, getting your hips to the bar. So we're going to try and get Jake to pull his hips higher, getting his hips to the bar as close as he can to. So big hips, there you go, big hips. Okay, those are really tough. Kipping bar muscle up is easy. What he needed to do was try and keep his hips tighter, using his core, staying in that hollow position. The hollow position is kind of like a banana. Be tight like this, your core is tight, and your hips to the ball. The next thing he needs to get, he was pretty close on the first one, the second, third one there, it got a little worse. But that's just getting tired. What we need to work on is now, as he gets his hips to the bar, to pull his legs back and almost do a hard sit-up to get on top of the bar. So if we can get there, all he has to do there is the dip. So let me see a couple more hips to the bar pull-ups. We're going to try and get you driving hips more. Just do one and come down. So I want you to stay in that hollow position, do a hard kick, drive your hips up to the bar. Pull your bar down to the bar. Good. Good. What he's doing is he's pulling the bar down with his lats, trying to use his arms too. When he pulls, he doesn't want to bend his arms too much because for the kipping bar muscle, you have to get on top. When you get on top, that's when you dip. So we have the hips to the bar. We're going to try and get Jake's first bar muscle up today, if we can get to it. So let's see. Drive your hips to the bar, pull down on the bar with your lats. Does he have it? No. So we almost had it. What we needed to get him to do is to pull that bar hard, get his hips to the bar. So pull your hips up high. With a good swing, pull down with your lats, push your hips up to the bar. Once you get there, do a hard sit-up. Pull your legs back. Let your weight take you over. Let your weight flip you over the bar and do a dip. Almost had it. All we have to do is just work on the hips to the bar. Hips to bar, maybe even chest to bar, work on it, ripping his elbows back, trying to keep his chest not reaching to the bar. If we can get good hips to bar, continuously touching and touching, and then we work on swinging his legs back behind them, getting over on top of the bar, and we'll dip for a kipping bar muscle up. With your legs back, there we go.